What is going on, everybody? This is Eco's Blacks here again for PRL Premier Tier, and we are here in the Red Bull in Britain. Volunteered again, as you see here. I'm on the medium tires, and straight away I realized I'm on the medium tires because I am in Premier. So I knew already it wasn't really going to be a lap that was going to be worth it. So I just went straight back to the pits because I knew there was no reason to, set a lap on the mediums, knowing I was going to be at least in the bottom five. So we go out on the softs and go run some laps to see what our pace is like. And I think we can do probably at least a 0.5 if we just put the whole lap together. So you can see here, sector 1 doesn't feel too bad. It felt pretty decent. I thought I got through the corners pretty okay. Probably could have been a little bit more aggressive on the throttle, but obviously you're just kind of warming up right now to get the knowledge for your second lap. And yeah, going through here, we upshift in the fourth, hit that curve very nicely. I used to have problems with that curve and spin out on it, but now I can take it without any problems. In here, gonna stay in seventh because the car does like to go down. The revs kind of go down a bit, so it's just best to stay in seventh, go to sixth, fifth, back up to sixth, and let the car wash out and shorten the line on the straight coming into almost coming to end the lap. So now into probably one of, I felt my best part of, probably best part of the track maybe. Go P7 and it was a 0.9, and I knew that was not a good lap. I don't know what I did wrong. It just it wasn't a good lap, and you see us now get dropped to 13th, and I knew there was really going to be no point for the medium to soft strat because it's not really, as people say, I don't really think it's the best strat here. I think the best strat's probably soft medium, but obviously if you have people around you doing the same thing, you're obviously going to do medium soft if all the medium runners are around you. So but anyways, we're coming to in sector 1. It's a decent sector 1. As you see, we go faster than Aiden, and he used that curve a bit, upshift in the fourth, but the car run out wide a bit. It actually didn't go too wide. And into cops, we nailed that very, very nicely. And now we're going into I believe Magus and Beckus, and we hit that very nicely. And again, we are now going to go onto the straight and just let the car do the rest, or setup do the rest. And also us, because we got to hold as straight as line as possible, not to brush off speed. And now coming to in our quali session, we're gonna try to use up as much of that curve as possible, use up those red curves, and come to the line. It is going to be P5, which was a 26.6, which was a personal best for me so far. I did do a 0.2 before in time trial, but that's time trial. So I was very happy with the lap, but I knew it was going to get beat because I really wasn't that far ahead of Cali Rob. Adri I felt was going to beat it. Fruitful actually decided to start on the medium tires, so that was shocking. But you can see here I did fall down to 9th place on those mediums, and at first I was thinking I didn't like this, but honestly I kind of do like it. I don't feel like it's actually as bad as a strategy as people would think it is. Yeah, you're at the back of the train with old sauce, but it's actually not that bad, because as you can see here, the conditions are cloudy, so the track's gonna have pretty much zero grip, and the medium soft could be an even stronger strap considering the low grip here. And
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed.
I knew that, but I didn't feel like it was the best strat. But anyways, we're here for the start now, coming to 5 red lights, as Doug Trio is taking a bit of a while, but he loaded in as we have 5 red lights, and away we go. And I'm already trying to be aggressive because I knew there was going to be a DRS train, and I didn't want to be in that DRS train. So trying to go around Aiden, or not Aiden, but Cali Rob, and I get blocked in here. So Cali Rob was able to go back down my inside, or yeah, inside, and you can see he's fighting really hard because Cali Rob actually does fight pretty hard for spots, and I knew he was going to fight hard. So I wanted to stay in front of him because I felt I could have the pace to beat him. So going through here, we nearly hit the back of Aiden, slowing the car down just in time as there was a crash in the back with a McLaren, I believe. But Victor and Aiden, I wanted to get by one of these two guys too before the DRS train happened, because I felt I could be quicker than these guys. But you also never know, as I wasn't getting through cops very well. So yeah, but you see here, Aiden goes out wide, and he goes out wide again. So I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna put him under attack here, and I know Cali Rob, looking at yeah, you see the Delta, I knew he was right on me, so I'm gonna have to use the battery here. And I thought about going down the inside of Aiden, but I thought I was just a little bit too far back. And you know, I started to think, as you see me there, it wasn't going to go for a dive. Just wanted to set him off to see if he would leave space. But I knew there was going to be a DRS train because we're so close together. So I knew I had to start being aggressive. As you can see Aiden go out wide there, and I knew that I was pretty much certain that was going to be a warning. So I knew I had to get in front of Aiden because, again, I didn't want to be stuck like Portugal. So coming into Max and Beckett, I thought, okay, you know what, I'm going to be very aggressive here with the battery and just drain it down the straight. And the thing was, I wasn't trying to, you know, pass him on the straight or pass him going into Stowe, I believe it's called. My plan here was actually to, as you see me get a warning there, was actually to pass him right here. And I do, as we make a little bit of contact, my fault, you know, I did go out wide there, and I go out wide again, but I can't keep the position. I'm going to have to give him the spot. And, you know, he's fighting it very hard, and yeah, we end up making contact, which he did spin around. He couldn't save the car, so I felt that was really his fault, to be honest. I didn't think he really turned in for the corner, but at the same time, I guess you could blame myself, as Checo Perez is DNF out of the race, and that triggers the safety car. So now all soft runners are going to have to pit. The medium runners are probably just going to go hard. So as you see, there's a stack up here, and we get a 5-second penalty because of that, which was kind of surprising, but it was understandable. So it's the game. So, but as I said, the medium runners are probably just going to put on hards just to clear the rule of having 2 different compounds and just switch back to the medium tires when they pit. So I think Fruitful did that, as you see. He pitted, I believe, for the mediums, and yeah, as you see there. But 8 Bank, I know it was one person that stayed out. So we're going to take our 5-second penalty here, and yeah, we're just going to have to try and get all the positions we can because the pace was pretty good. We at least had top 10 pace, I felt, so I knew we could possibly still get a top 10 even at that penalties too. But you see Darkness Not Here has a horrible lap, and Fruitful went to the curb onto the grass, but you can see here he has an X and so does Darkness. And at first I thought they lagged out, but it actually turns out I'm the one that lagged out, as you see here. And I wasn't sure yet, but I was finna be quite aware entering. Yeah, so entering here, I realized, yeah, I'm the one that's lagged out. So I had to rejoin the lobby, as you see here, and yeah, I took back control of the car. But so how far are we gonna be? As you see, B and B get disqualified here. For a second, thought that was us, but you can see we were 10 seconds behind the leader, and yeah, just Premier just hasn't gone my way this season. It just really hasn't. You know, no, I've not really had a good race, or at least a race that has gotten me a good result. I mean, I did get a top 10 in Portugal, but I definitely should have been at least a top 5, a podium at the most. So now we go on to Darkness Knight here. We caught up to him, and he has a 3-second time penalty. We're not going to use the battery at all. We're going to try and save our battery here. And yeah, we're going to go by. So now we're going to try and get after his teammate as a first of the medium runners that didn't pit. Weir is going to go to the soft tires. And again, I didn't feel like the medium soft strap was super quick here. It just really didn't seem like it to me. It just seemed like after like 3 or 4 laps, you kind of just stall out with the extreme pace. Well, I wouldn't say stall out. It's just like 7 laps you stall out, I would say. That's what I really meant. Not 4, 7 laps you stall out. But you seen there was a crash entering pit road between Tambar and FRL Charlie, who has 13 seconds of penalties. And I believe he did retire in the pits. He had 13 seconds of penalties, and he just decided to call it quits, as Tambar also is going to pit, put the softs on. So we can actually get a P10 here. Somehow we can get P10, and yeah, now it is just trying to catch 8 bank all we can, because the medium tires are going to be the best tires until the end of the race. But I was kind of convinced, but I wasn't completely convinced the mediums were going to be still better than the hards at the end of the race. But we'll see when that comes. So Vihu is into the pits for the soft tires, so that promotes us up to 10th. But the thing is, Vihu is literally like right behind us, not that far back. He's 4 seconds behind us, and he's gonna be gaining so much time. But now we don't focus on him though. We're focused more on 8 bank. So now we're focused, and I started to close in the gap. The gap got to 1.3 seconds, but you can see my battery is almost depleted, and you know, the medium tires were really good, but you can see there I make a bit of a mistake. I didn't really get up on that second curve like I should have, and you know, here I got to 1.3 seconds, but again, I saved up a bit of battery so I can use down the straight, and I knew he was using, so I had to use. And you can see here I do gain, but then I start to lose because he just has, I'm pretty sure, a bit more battery than me, or just a bit more straight line speed than me. So yeah, I think he just completely managed his ERS until I got there, and then started using it, and then I had none. You can see I got it to a second, and I'm trying to get in DRS so I can start saving some ERS, but I can't get there. And here he's gonna just pull me down the straight. But I did see about 2 seconds behind me, as you see, Vihu is catching me, so we can actually use Vihu to catch up to 8 bank, and it also helps me save some ERS here. So I'm actually going to just save the ERS here. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to allow Vihu to catch up, use DRS, and actually right now he has no ERS, literally none. And you know, I'm not using mine because I still want him to go by, and you see he is going to go by. So Now it's just we just need to stay with him in the DRS until he catches Ink Bank, because he's definitely going to catch Ink Bank. There is no question about it. And you see here, when you have a big slide, I'm going to use a bit of the ERS because I don't want to get too far back where he just gets all the grip off the corner, and then basically all the grip he gets off the corner to mine is just going to drag him out drag him out the DRS. So I knew I had to use a bit of the battery there, and you can see now he is basically already up on 8 bank. So I used the ERS here. Probably shouldn't have, but I wanted to be safe rather than sorry. And you can see we probably could have saved up a bit more ERS, but we didn't. So now with 2 laps to go, we are trying still, but now we're on the white flag, and 8 bank has gotten past. I think he hit the red curb and went wide, and I think he went defensive there or just made a mistake. So now we're gonna put him under pressure, as you see me make a mistake, and now we are in the slipstream, but there's just nothing we can do because we don't have the battery as 8 bank goes defensive, and there is no way I was going for a dive there. I knew because there was a second DRS zone coming. You know, if I was a bit closer, probably would have, but there's just really no point. And now, because we're battling, Vihu has actually knocked 8 bank out of DRS. So now 8 bank has to get just the best Magus and Beckett he can, and hope I make a bit of a mistake to keep that 10th place. Going through here, 8 bank actually gets a 3-second time penalty. So now that just pretty much says we have the race, as Kachow actually did not win the race. Adri won the race. It was a timing glitch, I think, mostly because either I lagged out or he got a time penalty. So he actually was leading, but I think he got a time penalty. So Adri wins the British Grand Prix in Premier, as we will take P10. It shows P11, but I had a glitch. I did get no penalties, but I did have a timing glitch because I lapped out the lobby. So that is why you see that. But we actually may not be keeping that top 10 because Aiden reported me after the race, and he says I just turned in like he wasn't there, which obviously 2 drivers are going to disagree almost on every incident. But you know, I mean, if it is my fault, sorry. I didn't feel like it was, but if it is, sorry about that. I just didn't feel like he turned into the corner at all, and I didn't really have much steering movements. But yeah, I mean, if it's my fault, then yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You know, he's a premier driver, so I guess I was trying to give him all the respect I could, because obviously, like I said, I'm in reserve and I don't want to step into a series and screw him up. But I think that is pretty much going to be it here for me. So yeah, I mean, it was a good race. Hopefully we get to race Singapore. A little bit of a good track for me. So we'll see what we can do there, as you're going to see the results here. And you know, tier 1 video will be coming out Friday. This is Ecos Blacks here, and I will see all you guys later.